4.6, writing equations in slope-intercept form. So example 1, writing equations in slope-intercept form. Write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Okay, slope-intercept form. Changing colors. That is y equals mx plus b. M is your slope, b is your y-intercept. So to find our slope, we're going to take our ordered pairs and we're going to use the slope formula where m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to do 2 minus 5 divided by 2 minus 0. So that's negative 3 halves. It's saying our slope is a negative. Does this decrease from left to right? Yes, it does. So therefore, that is true. This is going to be a negative slope. And our y-intercept is at this point right here, 0, 5. So that means that our b equals 5. I'm going to plug the m in and the b. And I get y equals negative 3 halves x plus 5. So there's my first formula for letter A. Letter B. Same idea. We're going to go ahead and find the slope of the line by putting into our slope formula. So slope equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Just as long as you're labeling, it doesn't matter which order you subtract them. So then that means 2 minus negative 3 divided by 3 minus 0. I'm going to add the opposite, 5/3. Then we're going to use our y-intercept of 0, negative 3. That means our b is negative 3. So y equals 5/3 x plus negative 3. That part right there, you're not going to see it written like that. So you need to simplify. Y equals 5/3 x minus 3. All right, there's your equation for that one. Go ahead and try the next two. Come back and check them. Letter C. See, x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's go with 2 minus 4 divided by 0 minus 1. Negative 2 divided by negative 1 is 2. Our y-intercept is at 0, 2. So that means that our b is 2. Y equals 2x plus 2. All right, letter D. x1, y1, x2, y2. Negative 5 minus negative 1 divided by 3 minus 0. Add the opposite. We've got negative 4 divided by 3. That's going to be our slope. I should have put the m out in front. And then this point right here is going to be our b. So that means that b equals negative 1. Y equals negative 4/3 x minus 1. Beautiful. All right, example 2. Write an equation. Which equation is shown in the graph? Well, I'm going to go and solve for my slope. So x1, y1, x2, y2. Negative 4 minus negative 4 divided by 0 minus negative 3. Add the opposite. 0 divided by 3 equals 0. So our slope is 0. That doesn't particularly help us, but if you check both the y values, both of them equal negative 4. So using our prior knowledge, this is going to be a horizontal line. That means it's going to be y equals just a number. So that means letter D is out. So it's either going to be A, B, or C. But we can see that our value at y is at negative 4. So the answer is A. Y equals negative 4. All right, we're moving on to example 3. Real life application. The graph shows the distance remaining to complete a tunnel. All right, so we have the tunnel digging. Start at 3,500 feet at 0 time. And then its ending time is 7 months, because that's saying in months. Move this over a little bit. Double check. All right. Sorry, I need to do a couple adjustments here. Okay. So letter F, write an equation that represents the distance y in feet remaining after x months. Well, let's make a equation in slope-intercept form. So the y equals mx plus b. So our slope, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. I'm going to pick this point up here, x1, y1, and I'm going to pick this middle point, x2, y2. It doesn't matter what combination points you have, just pick 2 of them and you're still going to have the same answer. All right, so let's take 1,500 minus 3,500 divided by 4 minus 0. Before I continue, we know that this is going to be a negative slope because it's decreasing from left to right. So this simplifies to negative 2,000 divided by 4, which is negative 500. Then our value of b is that point right here. So b is 3,500. So our equation becomes y equals negative 500x plus 3,500. Letter G, how much time does it take to complete the tunnel? Well, that's going to be this point right here at 7 months. That is when they no longer have any more because the feet to complete is 0. So that is 7 months. All right, on your own. Go ahead and try that one. Letter H, write an equation line that passes through 0, 5, and 4, 5. All right, so 5 minus 5, actually, you know what? Let me label that x1, y1, x2, y2, just so that way you guys are seeing where I'm getting my numbers. And we're going to divide that by 4 minus 0. That's 0 divided by 4, which is 0. So that means that y is going to equal some value. So if we look at our y values from our ordered pairs, you can see that the y's equal 5. So our equation is y equals 5. Letter I have off to the right. I know it's set up a little differently on your paper. Write an equation line that passes through the points 0, negative 1, and 4, 7. So just like before, x1, y1, x2, y2. It's a good habit to just keep writing. So 7 minus negative 1 divided by 4 minus 0. I'm going to add the opposite, add the opposite. I have 8 divided by 4, which equals 2. So this is my m. Once again, I should have put m equals. Then I do have my y-intercept. It is this point because it's 0b. So that means that my b equals negative 1. So that leaves my equation with y equals 2x minus 1. If you put plus negative 1, not that that's not correct, it's just not simplified all the way down, so you in theory would, or you would in fact lose points, so make sure you simplify it. Great job.